In this video, I'm going to bring exactly why investing is exactly like going to the gym, and why having an exercise routine means you can have an investing routine. This is a content experience, not financial advice. I do have a free newsletter. Link to that will be in the description. The best programs in anything, investing, the gym, whatever, they fit around your life. You know, one split for one person won't work for another person, right? If you're really busy and you've got a full-time job and you've got kids, then doing a 6-day week split is probably going to be too much unless you know you're very serious about your training. The most effective training splits in the world, is useless if your life and your, social situation or whatever, you can't fit around it. Day trading, I would say, is that 6-day split. It's intensive, it's at the screens every day, all that sort of stuff. The higher time frame is that full body split. Let's say push pull legs twice a week is day trading. High time frame, weekly investing, whatever you want to call it, is a full body split. It can fit around your life perfectly. You can do the sessions when you're on, all that stuff. Same with invest on a weekly chart. You can invest on a weekly chart. Everyone can do it. Daily charts, probably everyone can do it. Maybe a little bit more challenging for some, but weekly and monthly, everyone can do it. So sustainability is what you want when it comes to investing. You need an investing process. You need a plan. That can be you buy the stock market once a week, whatever, right? So you need that process. And it's the same with training. So if you've got an exercise routine, think, oh, how can I have an investing routine? Because they work very closely together. Consistency beats intensity. The person who trains twice a week for 2 years outperforms the guy who does that massive month sprint when it comes to training. Missing sessions because the program is too demanding is a time to review. Like if you're not up to date with your finances and you think, I'm not doing anything to personal finance, just commit to 30 minutes a week of just learning some personal finance stuff. And then just do that over and over again. And then after 30 minutes, you think, you know what, I could do an hour. Or I could do a 30-minute slot here and a 30-minute slot there. That's what you need to do. You need the consistency. You need that. And then when it does come to the investing, there's 2 good decisions a month beats 20 decisions made in panic because your process was all over the place. And especially if you want to get on top of your personal finances and you start making some money, start getting those habits in place early, because when you start making more money, you'll be in a much better spot to actively manage that money. So the routine is a result. So in the gym, the habit of showing up is what produces, the body you want investing. The habit of checking in, staying informed is what produces the returns you want. They work very similar. So look, start where you are and build. So nobody walks to the gym day one and lifts the heaviest weights. Start where you are. Okay, cool. This is my money. This is what I want to get to when I retire, or all that stuff, or whatever it may be. Have some goals in mind. And most people think they need money to start. Most people think they can't. It's a really good frame actually. I think almost the best time to learn about finance and investing is almost when you have no money, right? You don't want to be that guy who's like, you're going to S&P 500 your way to, 100 million, right? That's probably not going to happen. But understanding, spending, as your salary comes in, you spend a bit less than you earn, all this sort of stuff. They're great habits to develop when you have no money, because when you have a lot of money, that hopefully, obviously, lifestyle inflation can happen. Hopefully that, let's say you save 10% every month. If you just keep doing that as you earn more, and maybe even go to 15 or 20, that will really compound. So as the skill develops, hopefully your capital will. So if you're at the start of that journey, start learning, get informed, and as your income increases, your capital will as well. So the goal is, the goal in that first year, like the training, is not the returns. It's building that process, building those habits. That's really what you want to be focused on in the early days. Look, results take time. Most people quit too early. We all know that people, I'm on the gym, I'm on it, they're gone. They've quit. They've quit after 2 weeks. Then that guy slowly goes over 2 years. Wow, he's in good shape. Or, whatever. It could be boxing. That guy, he's really up for it for a month, falls off, doesn't go for 2 weeks because he goes to Ibiza and gets, drunk every day. That guy goes every week for 2 years and now he's good, right? So the early years of compounding feel slow because they are, right? And that's what happens. So quitting when it feels slow is the most expensive mistake in both. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough. Look, patience in both is not passive, it's active. So you've got to stay disciplined. So build those habits, build those slots. Say to yourself, okay, cool, once a week I can, learn about personal finance for an hour. Okay, cool. And just do that every week. You're not going to be able to do it every week, but okay, cool. I'm away this week, and can I do it on Monday night? Can I do it on Tuesday night? Build those habits instead, and you'll be really good. And you'll be able to build that process, and you'll feel more secure about your future, because that is the point of all of this finance stuff we're talking about. Do not follow someone else's program. I think there is people out there who say, I teach people my programming or my strategy and all that. And look, there's going to be some good ones out there, but genuinely, I believe that blindly following someone else's stuff isn't great, because you're not going to have conviction unless you've built it yourself. That's my personal view. Obviously, it differs from everyone else, but someone else's gym split is designed for their recovery, their schedule, their goals. Same with investing, right? So it's built around their situation. The best program is always the ones tailored to you. So use other people's work as inspiration, but not an instruction. Take components, and try and build your own over time. It's good to copy at the start, but you want to keep changing, keep evolving, and have your own process eventually. So look, the verdict: the best program is the one that fits around your life. Consistency beats intensity. Remember, you need to be consistent. Get those blocks in. Learn about this stuff. Especially when you have no money, it's the best time to learn. Start, where you are. Build the process. The results will follow. If you want to keep up to date with all this stuff, I do have a free newsletter. Link to that will be in the description. I'll see you in the next one.